and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about Dreamcatcher's Bonvoyage, focusing on a little breakdown of the lyrics and the music video to see what they can tell us about the story and its connections to the Apocalypse series. Bonvoyage is a song that expresses the wish for a loved one to bid them farewell as they part ways. As the title track of Apocalypse from Us, the song concludes the Apocalypse trilogy with a goodbye that also marks the beginning of a new era. This is Dreamcatcher's first comeback since the renewal of their contracts, so according to the press release, Bonvoyage is a touching farewell to the first chapter of their career that also welcomes a new start with the 7 members still together. This ending of an era that overlaps with a new beginning is also very well referenced in the lyrics and the music video, where Dreamcatcher not only expressed their love for the people that supported them, but also portray a blooming rebirth from the ruins of a dead world. As the epilogue of the trilogy, the story of Bonvoyage is very much connected to the 2 previous installments. Back in Maison, for instance, the story began with Dreamcatcher playing the role of 7 goddesses living in the heavens. Seeing the damage the greedy humans brought to the world, they decided to descend on Earth to fight the culprits of this disaster. Back then, Dreamcatcher were almost portrayed as the daughters of Mother Earth. They were divine creatures who came through to avenge this planet and save it from destruction, but the lyrics of the song also delivered a universal message of unity that advocated for a needed change. In Apocalypse Save Us, the moral of the story was that in order to save us, we must save our maison, our home, and in order to accomplish this task, we must come all together and do our part. In that song, Dreamcatcher made a point at showing that the entire world is our home, and because of that, we should make an effort to save every part of it, from the jungles to the deserts to the poles to the oceans. In the video, the members confronted the demonic corporate greed at the core of this ecological disaster, but their plea to save the world is unfortunately met with indifference. As we see in Vision, despite their warning, the world is eventually destroyed by human greed. So in Apocalypse Follow Us, the story continues with them proposing a vision that can lead mankind to a path of peace. If in chapter 1 they explained the problem, in chapter 2 they provided the solution. They provided a reason, a hope for people to latch on to. So in the song they encourage all of us to come together and march forward by their side. In Apocalypse Follow Us, Dreamcatcher literally wanted people to follow them. They wanted people to join them in this journey to peace, because only by joining forces we can build a brighter future. In the video we see that Mother Earth is in ruins. She was poisoned by greed, and the 7 heroines continue their fight to avenge the planet. They harvest the power of lightning to punish the evildoers, but to accomplish the change that they want, they use words as their weapon of choice. After infiltrating the enemy's headquarters and hacking the system, Dreamcatcher broadcast their vision of peace all over the world. They encourage people to join forces, come together, march forward, because if we don't act now, the pain will only spread and destroy us all. As Dami explained, Vision is a song about love. It's a love song dedicated to humanity, to the power of empathy, as well as people's potential to embrace the pain and nurture it into something beautiful. This is a theme that we can also find in Bonvoyage, because in this final installment we see Dreamcatcher helping the world heal and bloom again from its own ruins. In this touching epilogue, the heroines are getting ready to leave the planet. Like in Maison, the story began with them arriving on Earth in order to save it, and now the narrative ends with them leaving it for the exact same reason. As the members have explained, Bonvoyage is a song that deals with the themes of nature, rest, and serialization. The video was inspired by the concept of passive ecological restoration, which essentially involves leaving the ecosystem to its natural means without human intervention. Like some reserves sometimes prohibit public entrance to protect nature, Bonvoyage conveys the idea that sometimes you have to leave in order to love. For nature to bloom again, we have to leave it alone and let it prosper. In this context, living is the highest form of love, because only with absence what is loved can actually thrive. Because of that, Apocalypse from Us carries the message that we as humans should hold ourselves accountable for what we did to our home. We should take responsibility, admit that we polluted the environment, and give nature the period of rest that it deserves. If you pay attention to the lyrics, for instance, we can see that the song is very bittersweet. It conveys both joy and sadness, because if on the one hand it's a celebration of victory and an expression of love, on the other this triumph can only be accomplished by being apart. In the lyrics, this paradox is described as a mischief of distorted fate. At first glance it may seem like a contradiction to leave something you love, but in this context, leaving is the only way to prove that this love is real. As the lyrics say, even if every cell of their body is drawn to what they love, getting too close might lead to get farther apart, because they might actually actually hurt each other without even knowing. As they explained in the showcase, in the song they take accountability for humanity's faults. They admit that we had a selfish past, but paradoxically enough, admitting this responsibility is also the first step towards a future together. As they say goodbye for a while, they take comfort in the idea that they will reunite in their dreams. They can be happy and together in their fantasy, so as they profess their love, they hope for a bon voyage and live for a bit. Now in the video, this entire concept is portrayed with symbolic imagery leading to their departure from Earth. After the destruction of the planet, the members walk among the people that follow them in their journey to peace. We see 7 comets approaching Earth, and if back in Maison the comet announced the arrival of the heroines, now they not only anticipate their departure, but they also lead to the appearance of a giant crystal floating midair. In Yuyeon and Jiwoo's scenes, we see them dreaming of a future where they are surrounded by nature, but in reality their path leads them far away from it. Like we see with Shion and Suwa, the situation on the planet is still very dire. We see energy discharging from the sky, and Shion protecting Suwa as they get attacked by it. This goes to show that it's time for them to leave. Even if they love this planet, at this point in time they cannot stay, because too much closeness can lead them to get hurt. Despite of that, this is a difficult choice to make, so the video shows a contrast between their emotions. In Gaeon and Handong's scene, for instance, they portray two sides of the same situation, one showing the destruction they are leaving, the other the triumph their departure will begin. In another reference to Maison, where Gaeon left the sky after receiving the death card, this time around we see that she receives the 6 of Swords. This card can symbolize a difficult situation coming to an end, as well as a desire to leave the past for a brighter future. It's a card that symbolizes change and transformation, and this transformation is also represented by the butterfly, which is also an animal that we see with Handong. In Dami's scene, on the other hand, we see that she's painting her feelings, which is actually a reference to the lyrics of the song itself. The subject of their affection is what colors their wet emotion, and as this love fills them, they draw a future together as they let go of their selfish past. In the video, we also see a strange creature emerging from Dami's painted reflection, and this might actually be the embodiment of the dream of nature that they will carry with them as they leave. They will miss Earth, but they must go. They chased the dream of peace even as the world was exploding around them, so now they will live for a while and allow nature to bloom again. By the end, we see that the giant crystal blows up, destroying the layer of pollution that poisoned the planet. The 7 goddesses have left, but in the final shot of the video, we see nature reclaiming its place from the ruins of the human world. This marks the end of the Apocalypse trilogy, so to know what story they'll show us next, we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.